Yo, what's happening, my people? So back with another music review. This is one I didn't know anything about. One of my subscribers, I think his name is Gentleman, and he was like, "Are you gonna do their currency, in the J.E.T.S plan of attack?" I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, "Damn, currency got something else?" And I'm like, J.E.T.S, so I'm wondering which members it is and stuff. Then I looked it up, and I seen they was reunited. The crew finally back. So I ain't heard Trademark in a long time and stuff. I thought that they might have fell out or something. The original J.E.T just haven't seemed to be been around. So I figured they was beefing us. I don't know. But man, this brings me back to Pilot Talk, man. This got that Pilot Talk vibe. Just seeing these cats back together again. So this is Currency, Trademark the Skydiver, and Young Roddy. And this is Plan of Attack. It is 12 songs, 44 minutes runtime. Let's get into it. So it starts off with number one, Day. And this is soulful, chill beat. Kinda reminds me of like a summertime. Like a Will Smith summertime. Like just that laid back. I don't know. I just had a little beat in my head. But it reminds me of that summertime beat. It's not necessarily the same thing. It sounds like maybe they could have like sampled the same thing or something. I don't know. But it got that summertime sound to it to me. But reminds me of Pilot Talk, man. So it starts off, man. I'm really liking the joint, man. I'm liking the way it's starting off with the nostalgia and stuff. I'm like hearing them all together again, all of them sounding pretty good. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Number two, no subtraction. And what they mean is no subtraction in our section. We're just trying to add our math. So we trying to get our money and stuff, man. Ain't nobody taking nothing from us. We ain't losing out or nothing. We winning. We adding up. So this is how we doing our business. And this dope ass beat, everybody delivers on here, man. Sounds good. Number three, Big Dogs. Beat fire again. It's like an interpolation of that Mobb Deep Getaway. It's like that Mobb Deep Getaway, but it got like some different subtle changes to the beat and stuff. But they all made it through the eyes. They winners. They some big dogs. And so number four, Plan of Attack. This the title joint. They talking shit, talking about how they what they did to get their paper in the streets. Everybody have their own plan of attack, how they get into their paper and stuff. So they just like basically they talking their shit about getting money and this and that. And number five, Came Way Up. Chill flute beat. I don't like Roddy verse on it here, man. Like he sound he sound like super nasally and stuff. And then he does the hook as well. Currency came in, he did his thing. Skydiver, he did his thing. But Roddy, he kind of ruined it for me. Man. Because he just sound funny on this track. And then he was on the hook, so you heard him all through the song. And he just didn't sound good, man. Maybe he was sick that day or something, man. I don't know. He just didn't sound good on there. Number six, Power. I like this joint. It sounds similar to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You remember that movie? But they had like a certain beat that went with the whole movie. And J Electronica looped that and rapped on it. So it reminds me of that right there. But the verse is solid. But then at this point in the album, it starts to get repetitive. I'm like, yeah, I'm hustling, we smoking big dope. Yeah, we trying to get our paper. We balling and doing this and that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I kind of heard this 6 times already. But moving on, number 7, Smoking Plot. And it's still the same thing, man. It's still the same thing. Like I'm starting to really notice like just a pattern and stuff, man. Pretty much all I do is Smoking Plot now that I made it to the top. the song don't sound bad. It's just the subject matter is pretty stagnant at this point. At this point in the album, man. Number 8, Making Plays. I like this one because it's a little more creative than the other ones, because it's talking about like making plays in these streets and stuff, but they're using a lot of sports references. They're using sports references and terms and different players and stuff, and they're using that as metaphors for making plays in the street and stuff. So I like how they did that and flipped it for a little concept, not necessarily a concept, but just a little slick thing, a play on words and stuff. Number 9, No Hook, jazzy beat, got that horn stuff on there. All 3 of them, they go in, still the same subject matter, but I still like this track because the beat is super nasty on here. The beat is just straight fire. Number 10, Super, stunt track. They talking their noise, man. Everything we do is super. We superstars. We have supercars. We smoking supercars. I kind of like this one. I like this one because it ain't too much different, but I like the sound of it. I like the sound of it. Number 11, Bulletproof Sedan. I love this joint right here. This probably might be my favorite one, man. I love this chill, eerie ass beat. That shit fire. I want to rap on this one. It seemed like, man, like they stole this from Rick Ross or something. Like he was holding this for Maybach Music 10 or something. Like they could have used this for he always got them like super epic beats. This one could have been one of them. This one is dope, man. I fuck with this one. Number 12, last joint. Still Coolly in the Cut. Cool, laid back, chill. This one in player type of records. Like old 70s vibe, like super fly type stuff, but this something to roll up to. Then you could be funky like the J.E.T.S as well. I don't know. I'm not a smoker. Me, if I be in public settings, it's like somebody be at the register or something. It be like we the only. I'm in Louisiana. I'm in a little rural part, so it's like they ain't got a lot of brothers. So it'd be like me and another brother in the store, and this smelling super loud and stuff. And I'd be like, man, they probably think this shit me. Like I I hate that shit, man. It's just I'm not a smoker. I think that shit just funky, man. Like I'm into my colognes and stuff. I like to smell good. That shit just be so funky, man. And like people don't notice it. They be like, oh yeah, man, like I'm good. I'm good. Nah, you ain't good. Like because I don't smoke, I can smell that shit. Like somebody be 4 blocks up the street and I can smell that shit. Like I'm like I could be a bloodhound for the laws or something, but I don't fuck with the police. But anyways, like it's a pretty good track, and I know I sound like I was hating on Roddy earlier in the album, but he did end it off with the best verse on this song. And overall, my overall thoughts of this project, man, I like the nostalgia of it. The beats were real hard. The flows and stuff, they had solid verses. They was all going in. The only negative in it was just so repetitive with the subject matter. Like the subject matter was the same on almost every song. Like yeah, man, we up in the street. We up in the street and we fucking a freak. And yeah, we smoke. We loving the chief. We loving the chief. Don't fuck a police. I don't know. They just stayed on the same thing just over and over and stuff, man. Just I don't know. It was repetitive. So I would have liked a little bit more creativity. This is probably something they cooked up. They probably cooked this up in like a weekend or something like that. So that's probably why it was linear thinking with their mind states and stuff. They probably was like the same day. That was probably what was on their mind. Man, look, we're gonna get together, and man, we're gonna get to this paper. So that's probably what they all rapped about. Just getting to this paper, because that's what was their mind state. Like, man, if we all get back together again and bring the Jets back, we can get this paper. So that's all they rapped about, was getting this paper. So I give it a 7 out of 10 because it hit a lot of bars for me. It hit a lot of marks, but it just was so linear in content. But like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest of the most hated, man. Holla at your boy. And that smoke, that's an incense. I'm on my Erica Badu shit. It ain't no weed, but I want to give it the feng shui. Peace out.